Right, so I have like gathered a few bits and bobs. Again, I have got, hi Elaine. Again, I've got no set thing on what I'm going to be doing. I cannot plan things at all. If I plan a page, it just ends up being a disaster. So I've just got lots and lots of bits together, and hopefully I'll be able to create something with that. What I have got is some matte gel and some serviettes. So I am going to be doing, and some tissue paper. So I am going to be putting some backgrounds together based on that. This is one of the Jane Davenport serviettes as well. And these are beautiful. I don't know whether any of you have got these or use these, but I am planning on sort of ripping bits up, tearing it up, and adhering that. I always do my sticking of serviettes and things with the matte gel rather than Mod Podge. But you can make Mod Podge really easy using glue and water. It's the same effect. Right, okay, so I think I'm going to start, to be honest. I've got a few bits of stickers and things as well. And I've also got my watercolours, distress ink, and one of them blenders as well, like last week. So I've got two tiny TNs. This one is the tiniest, and this one came from the big meet, the last big meet that we had. It's actually full. All two books are full. The first one is a little art journal that I did of little pages, some with just paint, some with stickers, and so on. There is a flip through of that on my YouTube channel, buried somewhere from last year. Oh, a page not done. So yeah, and then I've just got some planner quotes in the other one. So I'm not going to be using that one because that is full, as I said. So this is the one I'm going to use. This is the one that came from Cheryl Batista from Jenny Lane Crafts, or Jenny Lane something. Help me someone. So yeah, so I'm going to be using that one. So that was a page that I did for the Lollipop box ages ago, and this one was a background that I prepared ages ago with acrylic paint. So I'm going to start by using that one, I think. So I'm just going to put everything that I'm not using right now to one side. I do cough a lot when I am doing videos, so don't worry, I haven't got the bug. It's just from talking, and bear in mind I've not spoken to anyone all week because I live on my own. So yeah, so I think I'm just going to tear bits of the Davenport one, and I'm not having any set structure to this. It's just going to be quite random. So what I do is I get the gel. Probably should have had a little, oh, it looks like it's dried out, you know. I think I've got another one somewhere. Aha, yes, a supersized one. I probably should have got a little plate and put it on there. What can I use? No, that's too nice. I'll use a distress ink lid and put a bit of gel on there. So then I'm just using a really rubbish brush, just a cheap paintbrush, and then putting it in place. Butterfingers today. And then you just go over the top of it. So you don't actually need to put the stuff underneath, you can just put it on top. Put a little bit underneath just to, I probably will actually, because it's, I think the thing is it's on acrylic paint, so normally I can just put this straight on the page and it will be fine. So yeah, so what I'm doing today is just layering things. I'm going to take the clip off because it's annoying me, and I'm going to take the book out as well. What kind of gel is it? It's a matte gel. Again, you can get it on the shop link that I posted last week on my Amazon store. So I'll put the link up to it at the end. I am an affiliate, so I do get a slight discount if you buy it from there. But you can also use a gloss gel as well, which just gives a shinier effect. So that's the first little bit. I am just going to keep adding lots and lots of layers though, to the page. So again, I'm just tearing a bit more. I'll have the eyes and lips bit, I think. So I'm just going to put some on the other side. I think the thing with this on the video is it's going to come across as really quite small, because it is small. So I will have to just like keep lifting it up so that you can see what I'm adding. So you can see it a little bit bigger there, and I'll just smooth it down with my fingers as well, just to make sure that it's stuck. So yeah, that might be a bit of a better view for you. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is I am going to add a little bit of watercolour to it. I've got my Daniel Smith watercolours. You can use PVA glue. Yeah, PVA glue, mix it down with a bit of water though. The pages stick at all. You have to obviously make sure that it's fully dry, otherwise it will stick. You do get a little bit of sticking. So from my old one, some of the pages, this is all done with that sort of gel. They are sticking a little bit, look. But generally, nothing too major. As long as you let it dry fully, then it will be fine. So yeah, PVA with water, and that will create the perfect consistency. So yeah, my Daniel Smith paints. If you've used Daniel Smith before, you will know how fantastic it is. Now, I probably should make this totally dry. Tiny TN's gone walkabouts. Oh no. Yeah, so you can do all this in any sort of journal, or just on little paper, or make your own book, Holly. Just make a little tiny book. Yeah, so these paints are the best paints in the world. They are absolutely... Ooh, I'm not watching what I'm doing. I'm watching the screen, and now I've put the pink in my green. So yeah. So yeah, it would have been better if I'd have completely dried the page first. And again, I'm just randomizing here, and I'm just sort of dotting it around. Oh, thank you. But I really like how you can layer things and just get parts of images showing through. I think that works really well. I'm going to show you a canvas actually that I did where I applied that sort of same system. So this was a Marilyn Monroe canvas, and you can see that she's there. But I used acrylic paint, and then I did exactly the same structure to enhance the canvas. I used lots of collage, the same sort of gel. I think I used a shiny gel though on this one, the gloss gel, and again laid it up. Then when it was dry, I added watercolour on top of that. So I really like that canvas. I love how Marilyn shines through. And then I added the little icon text as well. Okay, so back to my little TN page. It's a shame I haven't got any white. I have got white somewhere, but I don't know what I've done with my Jane Davenports, so I will just have to leave that as it is. So that's enough paint for now for that page. What I could do with is totally drying that and then adding some sticker embellishments to it. So I'm going to leave that for a bit and come back to it and then start a new page. Right, I'm going to do a double page again, I think. Right, so that is drying. I do find it comes up a little bit there before I add any more to it. Okay, so what I thought this time is trying a couple of different types of layering. This is some paper that was in one of the Creative Moon, Little Rainbow Moon creative kits, and it's tissue paper. So again, I'm just tearing bits off, quite small bits. And actually what I've got in here is lots of sort of torn bits of paper that I've already collected. That's a bit of vellum, that's from the Planner Society papers. I've got bits of letters that I've torn off, but it's a good way to keep little bits in a little box so that you can come back to those embellishments should you wish to at another time. Okay, so new page. So just again, just sticking bits random, and it doesn't matter if it bunches up because actually that creates a little bit more texture. And I'm literally doing lots of different layers on this one. And again, it doesn't matter if it goes over the page, over the edge, because you can sort that out at another point. Just wish the book would stay flat. And what I love about these TN pages is it's so quick. Like literally I can make about, go through about 6 pages in one night. And it's something that you don't really have to think about. You can just do it and get on with it. So yeah, lots of layering on this one. I really like the colours actually, sort of pastel-y. So have any of you been creating today or this week? What have you been creating? What have you been making? I've been making a lot of biscuits and cakes. And I'm not normally a cook or a baker, but I've had a lot of time on my hands. I've also been doing a lot of exercise. I'm actually in agony at the minute. I got out the cross trainer and it killed my legs, and then I went shopping yesterday, and I hate going shopping. I hate it. And I forgot to take £1 for the basket, so I was getting my dad shopping as well, so that was interesting. My arms are killing me now. So yeah. Oh, you've made a rainbow to go in the window. That's banana breads, coffee journal. Yeah, make banana bread. I wished I liked banana bread. I love bananas, but bananas in anything I really don't like. I just find anything flavoured banana is a no-no for me. Yeah, it's weird. Don't know why, but just flavoured things. Same with orange. I love orange. I love chocolate orange, orange revels, but orange sweets, not so much. Very bizarre. I'm going to use this paper now, I think. This is a bit thicker though, so I'm not quite sure how this one is going to translate. This is again from a Little Rainbow Moon kit. It's very thick. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this. We shall see. Trial and error. I think I'll have to put some underneath on this one. Oh, it's gone on a lot thinner. So again, I'm just layering, sticking it on anywhere. And I'm probably going to go back to the other paper and layer some more on top of that as well. That's the base of that. Do you know what? I think I'm going to have to get some tissue and blow my nose. I won't be very long. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I might actually start doing some proper cooking as well this week. I'm thinking of trying the Diet Coke chicken, but actually doing it in the slow cooker, so we'll see. And also thinking of doing a sort of mincemeat casserole as well. So yeah, I'm hoping to get into some more cooking. The music sheets, they came from, I think, Susie Bray when she used to do her junk journal kits. But if you search on Amazon, there's plenty on there. And if you go on Pinterest, if you go on my Pinterest and go on the craft printables board, there are loads of free printables that you can get with sheet music. So that might be an easier option. Right, so these are stickers from AliExpress, really cheap, see-through. I did use some of these last week. Again, they are so cheap. You get about 40 or 50 in a pack for like next to nothing, and they just peel off. Yeah. My Pinterest has got over 11,000 followers, Jacqueline. So I will stick the link somewhere at some point. When we finish this, I will put my Pinterest there. It's where I get all my blog traffic from. Been a bit AWOL, yeah. Oh, thank you, Kat. I'm glad you're here as well. So again, yeah, so I'm just sticking that over the top. I probably should have let it dry, but I quite like that. Yeah, I'm actually quite liking it as it is without actually adding anything to it. I don't know. Woo! That's a bit of my water bottle's just fallen. So stick a few more bits. Can you all hear me okay, by the way? Yeah, I'll definitely stick the link there, Jacqueline. I am so surprised with how many followers I've got actually on it. It just keeps rising all the time. I'm like, whoa. I do put a lot of work into Pinterest. Like, I am on it probably 4 times a day, pinning stuff and repinning. That's how you basically build it up and get the stuff. Oh, nice and clear. Yeah, good. Right, so there we go. That's the page. I might add a little bit of a sort of short 3 or 4 word, three, I can't actually speak, a 3 or 4 word letter. Oh my god, my brain, help me please. 3 or 4 letter word to go down there, please. So if you can have a think of that, that would be fantastic. Oh dear. Right, this is actually quite dry now. Again, I quite like it as it is, to be honest. I am really sort of liking it as it is. I don't know what to add on to it, because I do like it. Let's see. So I'm just having a look through some stickers. Oh, I know what I've found. So I have found some Jane Davenport rub-ons. I don't know whether you've used these before. But literally how it works is you layer it over and then you rub and it transfers the image onto the page. Now, whether or not that'll work, top left corner on the blue one, top left, top right, yeah, I think so. Yeah, you can use them on planners. I don't even know whether I'm doing this right, you know. I've actually used them on my drawers. I've got some little drawers in my craft room and I've put a few rub-ons on there. Because it's wet, it's not doing this as well as it should. But actually, it's quite nice. I like it. I quite like how it's gone a bit messy. So there we go. I think I'm going to add a lighter one. So I'm going to try the face. Yeah, I'll get the drawers in a sec. They're really nice actually. They're from the range. Oh, you've got these. Yeah, I think I bought them from Cam's Planner.com when we had, I think we had a £10 budget that we could spend. Yeah, it's just a transfer. That is not coming off at all. This one is still quite wet. So it's going to take a bit more rubbing. I'm sure you'll find it when you least expect to find it. When you're looking for it, there's not a chance on this earth that you're going to find it. Okay, so that was a complete disaster, that one. The paint's too wet, but actually I like what it's done. It's sort of made it a bit more dappled. I really like that, actually. I really like that page. So I'm going to say that that is done. I might just add a few circles. So these pens, the Unipin Fine Line, are fab. They can go over paint, not necessarily wet paint though, but they're brilliant. My go-to pens, and they're great for planners as well. Yeah, that's still a bit wet on that side. Currently waiting for gesso to dry. Carrie's going to say she doesn't use gesso. Yes, I am. I never use gesso. I was told by the art teacher at school that it was a complete waste of time and it wasn't needed. So I don't bother. And yeah. Right. So there we go. There's my page. I think that the black pen has actually brought it out quite nicely. So I like that. Yeah, I think you could fill one in one session. It's quite easy. Oh, thank you, Steph. I really like that. I think it looks beautiful. Right, so that is done. So I'm going to go back to this one. It's still a bit wet. So I'm going to knock the transfers on the head. But actually, that's giving you a chance to see how the transfers work. Now, did anyone think of a 3 or 4 word phrase that I can write down on this page? Because I cannot think of anything. Oh, do you know what? I've got some gelatas, so I'm going to try that. These are the Faber and Castell. I think that Rachel Blackman sent me these. So just to add a little bit of colour, I'm just going to add a few little circles just to make it pop a little bit more. Pop! That is the word I'm going to use. Pop. Hope. And now I'm playing along. Oh, brilliant. Oh, glad to have you here, Holly. Yeah, it's nice, and it's actually forcing me to be creative as well. This morning when I got up, I thought, oh my god, I've got the video today and I really don't want to do it. I can't be bothered. But actually, I'm so glad that I did. It's just nice to be creative. So this is still a bit wet, but actually it's giving quite a nice effect with it being wet. So yeah, I'm going to use the word pop. Could you use acrylic paint? Yes. And how do you remove it from the paintbrush? Wash it off straight away. Stay safe at home. Safe at home. I can't actually fit that on. And I don't want, as I said last week, I've got a separate COVID journal. So I'm going to save that for that instead. I'm going to use pop. Because I think the page pops. It's really wet still. So, you know, normally when I'm not doing a live video, I would wait for that to dry. I find it really hard to talk when I'm doing lettering. There we go. So that is the page. I'm going to count that as done. I like the texture. You can see it's really textured. That one's gone a bit bodged. Jenny Lane Creations, that's it. Cheryl will be taking part in the Boston Planner Meet. Yeah, that's tomorrow. But I've also got a book club that I do, and that's on Saturday afternoon as well. So busy. Like, I'm finding that I'm more busy doing being in lockdown than any other time. Ordinary water for acrylic, Jacqueline, yeah. So I'm really liking that. So I'm going to count that as done as well. So I'm going to do one more page, I think. And I'm going to do it more sort of vintagey. So I'm not going to use any tissue paper or anything like that. Oh, I might do. Yeah, I've got this one. This one's a nice one. This again came from Susie Bray. And this is the one where you can peel off the layer to make it thinner. So this is going to be my last one. Yes, definitely Jenny Lane for the TNs. That's where this one came from. And I think there was like 3 or 4 books inside it as well. Yeah, I'm sure Erin will give you the link, Kat. Oh, I really can't breathe. I think when this is finished, I need to fish out some hay fever tablets. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. So yeah, so I will go to the Boston thing. I'm not planning on getting there early. and as I said, I've got my book meeting, so I'll be in and out. Right, I'm now going to use a bit of sheet music. So again, I'm just going to tear it. Yeah, anything. No, not hay fever tablets. Yeah, literally anything goes with this. So I'm now going to move across to the trusty Pritt stick, because this is paper and it's not tissue paper, so it needs something a bit stronger. So again, you know, any collage can be done like this. The collage sheets that I did on my video, you know, for the challenge, I did them in exactly the same way as this. Same with the page that I did last week. It's all done in the same way. Yeah, it does. It breaks up the boredom of the week, doesn't it? So I'm just having a look in here. Don't know. Might use some of this one. So this is the Planner Society bits. So I'm cutting it because it's a bit harder. Again, just layering it over. Yeah, I also like this as it sort of gets me talking again to people. Like when I'm on my own, I don't talk in the week. I ring my mum and that's about it. It's the only actual, it's really not dried. So it's flaking away, but again, don't panic. It doesn't matter. You can still see the bit in the background. Now, this paper's not great. It's not sticking very well because it's acetate. Not acetate, vellum, but it's thick vellum. Okay, so I'm not going to use any more of that because that is making a mess. So I'm going to go back to these stickers and layer them over. Hi, Colleen. So I'll show you what I've made in a minute, Colleen, because I'm on my 3rd page now. I've just been literally whizzing through everything. But it's literally just sticking and layering. And again, I should have let this dry. Yeah, should have let it dry. So someone said hope, didn't they, earlier? And I quite like that. Although I have got hope on one of my other pages that I've already done. In this one. Where is it? There, hope, that one. But it's fine, I can have another hope. There is always hope. I teach this girl called Hope, and whenever she's not there in my rehearsals, I'm like, oh, there's no hope. And then when she comes back, I'm like, hope is restored. Hi, Rosanna. Right, I'm just going to let that dry a minute. So these are the pages that you've missed, Colleen. This was using the Jane Davenport tissue paper, which you've probably seen before. And some watercolour paint and layered over it, and then added a bit of pen. So that is that. And then on the page before, which is now sticking, because obviously you should let it dry first. And I've made a mess of it. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. I'll come back to it another time. And again, it's tissue paper, serviette paper, and stickers that I've layered over it. And on this one, I'm doing more or less the same. Tissue paper, stickers layered over, bit of sheet music. I should have let it all dry, and it's all going a bit manky, to be honest. So it's a bit of a disaster, this one, but that's again fine. I don't care. They don't have to be really neat, that's the thing. And as much as I am a perfectionist, I'm not really that much of a perfectionist when it comes to tiny TNs, because you don't need to be. So I'm just adding a bit of pen to this. Again, it's not really dry. Okay, so that's the page. There we go. Done. Lots of different layers, bits of sheet music, bit of writing, and so on. I'm not going to do any more because, as I said, everything is sticking. That's the only problem, Jacqueline, with doing lots of pages all in one night, that you need to really let them dry. I would use my hairdryer or my heat tool. Normally I'd edit those out of videos, but obviously we're doing a live and I don't want to blast your ears with that. Oh, thank you everyone. So yeah, so that's it. Has anyone got any questions for me before I go and have my tea? I will take some photos of these and I will stick the link to my Pinterest and to the Amazon shop as well, because a few were asking about the gel. So lovely to have you here. Thank you ever so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you very soon. Bye.